What is going on, people? Got nothing really to do, so I'm here to do something a little bit different. I did my more expensive or most expensive Scream Factory titles in my collection. So if you haven't seen that, check that out, because you never know. You might have a movie from Scream Factory that could be worth a little bit of money. I also did 2 reviews yesterday for Real and Real 2. Today I'm doing a little bit something different. I went through my collection and I found not just limited editions, but numbered editions. So like I showed off in the Scream Factory collection, they have like limited to 10,000 and stuff. Well, these ones are limited to, there is, limited to 1,000, limited to, 2,000. Not all these, but there are some, limited to kind of deal. But it's these ones that I'm going to show off, and there's other ones, directly from, the filmmaker or something like that. They're numbered, and you get a certain number out of. So that is a little bit different than, limited edition of 10,000, but it's not numbered. I kind of like the numbered ones a little bit more. I don't know, it just seems more personable or more special, I guess you want to call it. If you find that weird, let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about, limited editions, numbered editions. Does it not matter in your collection? I guess let me know in the comments what you think. Before I get into this whole video, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button at the end of this video if you enjoyed it, if you saw something new, if you've seen a movie here that you might not have heard of before. And of course, hit that little bell button so you get more, know when I do upload more videos such as this, such as reviews, such as unboxings, whatever have you. If you like movies, stick around. I do a little bit of everything. More horror if you are new to the channel, but, overall, just movies in general. So anyway, like I said, I got a whole bunch of numbered editions, which I'm going to show off. All of them pretty much either have something to do with the horror genre, some sci-fi stuff in there, but most of it's all in the horror genre. I do have a few other ones, like up there, I do have that big 50 disc or 50 movie set that I'm not going to move all that around. That's limited to, I think, like 10,000. This one here is limited. I could show you this. I believe this is limited to 10,000 as well. I lied. Limited to 50,000. So, like I said, some are just way too, so many that it's not really anything too special. But this is the Scooby-Doo Box Set, the entire, cartoon. This is before, the new gang. Was it called the new gang? Or like the newer versions and before the movies came out kind of deal. This is pretty much the old school cartoon. And like I said, it is limited. I don't know if you can see that with a glare, but it's limited to 50,000. I got number 17,946. So some of these, like I said, like the big box set is 50,000, I believe, or 10,000 or 50. I forget exactly, but this is 50,000. So, it's cool to have numbers, but sometimes when it's, so big, the number, just isn't, as impressive. Not impressive, but it just, there's a lot of them made. For those of you who are new to the channel, I go more towards indie films and a lot of indie horror. So a lot of these are limited to either like 200, limited to 150. Some of these are like Kickstarters where there was only a limited amount, printed. And then you would, pick a tier or whatever you want to go call it. And then some you'll get your name in the credits with the tier that you choose and all that stuff. So some of these are that. Some of these are just limited runs. But all these are numbered. And like I said, I believe the highest is maybe 500 out of these. I could be wrong. There could be like limited to 1,000. But I know most of them are, in the hundreds. So anyway, let me get into this just to show off or show you what I do mean. This one, I believe, was a crowdfunding one. This is limited to 420 copies. It's a double disc where you get a soundtrack, I believe, and the movie. This one is not really horror. It's just all over like a trippy... It has its horror elements in it, but it's not like a gore fest or anything like that. It's called Jesse's Super Normal Regular Average Day. So the cover is just all over the place with nuns and stuff. And then the back of it, it says, Find God, Kill God, Party. So like I said, it is limited to 420 copies, and I have 314. So when you get like... That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about numbers, and it's like I said, I don't know if it's the right word is like personal or it just feels special, a little bit more special in the collection. So if you agree with me or you don't care or whatever, let me know in the comments. For all those everybody who does collect and such. The next one, and a lot of these are pretty much from the same company. Especially at that point in time when I find something I enjoy and that who I want to support, I don't want to say throw my eggs in the same all in the same basket, but when you find people you enjoy, and for those of you who know, I'm a part of a podcast called The Wicked Horror Show. You just gain a relationship with a lot of these a lot of the people we have on, and you just want to help out when you can, especially when you love film as much as I do. You help out where you can. This one is somewhat sought after, I say. Some people know it, some people never heard of it before, but the main theme in a lot of these movies, we had Ellie Church on, or if Leo Pond likes to say, Eli Church. But she's in a lot of this. This one has Ellie Church, Tristan Risk, among others. And this one's called Harvest Lake. A little bit of a different, this is more sci-fi-ish, I guess you would want to call it, where a group of friends, they end up going to this lake, just a getaway kind of deal. And this lake has, I don't even know what you want to call it, like properties where all of a sudden they start just acting these weird fetishes and weird, sexual tension and all this stuff. It's definitely more on the sci-fi-ish side, just especially towards the end it gets really crazy and weird. But this one's limited to 750, and I got number 90 out of 750. I mean, I guess you could show that right there. That's a little Tristan Risk butt right there. But this is, like I said, Harvest Lake. This one is all over the place. It has that, like, I don't even know what you want to call it, like the 70s old school vibe, just between Bigfoot and Frankenstein. It's just all over the place. It's called Frankenstein Created Bikers. This is the Kickstarter Backers Special Edition. This one has 1,000. So this one, I believe, is the highest number that I have in my collection. 930 out of 1,000. This is Frankenstein Created Bikers, all over the place. I guess I might have to cover up that one, but like I said, it's got a little bit of everything from bikers to gangsters to monsters to a little bit of everything. If you haven't seen it, I'd say if you can't find it anywhere, check it out. So that's Frankenstein Created Bikers. This one is more of a slasher type film, kind of throwback to like the 80s style, low, I don't want to say low budget, but a lower budget slasher film kind of deal. It says there's gore in store for the class of 2004. This movie is called Don't Go to the Reunion. Like I said, it's like an old school, so you get the old school like sticker to make it look like a old VHS kind of deal. If you're into just old school looking slashers, this one's definitely there for you. It's limited to 200, and I got number 48. If you can tell on the bottom, like I said, very trying to focus, but it's not really. But it's 48 out of 200, and that is Don't Go to the Reunion. This one's more of an dream state. It's a very like artsy type movie. You get a lot of like dream sequences and all this stuff. Not really usually my style, but I definitely enjoy this movie. It is put out, I believe, by Black Fawn Studios. Just all, all over the place. Not all over the place. Not like Frankenstein created bikers or anything like that. But it's definitely something different than I'm used to. Like I said, a lot of dream sequences and stuff like that. But a very, just crazy movie to look at. The movie is called Horsehead. Again, this is put out by Black Fawn Pictures. I believe they only had a limited run on a Blu-ray. I believe it's still going with the DVD and stuff. But this is edition, limited to 500 copies. And I got number 134. Again, hopefully it, there you go. 134 out of 500. Again, Horsehead, put out by Black Fawn Pictures. Again, Ellie Church is in this one. You have Elise Winkler. You have, who else is in this one? There's a whole bunch of people that that are in this. Ellie Church, Brian Papandaria, Allison Myers, Alyssa Winkler, a whole bunch of people. This is more, I guess you would call it sci-fi-ish. You get these aliens called scrotes. I guess short for scrotums. These aliens come down and pretty much just want to have sex with, human women and all this stuff. But there's 3 heroines in this that come down to, beat the crap out of these scrotes and save the universe and all this stuff. Very interesting movie, all over the top. And must say, if you can get your hands on this edition, there is this special feature where there's a strip section where you get 3 strippers and you tell them what to do and they strip. Very interesting special features, I must say. What is it actually called? Strip Your Own Adventure. So, very interesting special features. This is limited to 800 and I have number 260 out of 800. So yes, Space Babes from Outer Space. Like I said, just another out there movie. This is kind of a at one point in time, I'm guessing it was either late 70s, early 80s kind of deal, probably more in the 70s. But you had those like women in prison movies where, you get just women trying to get out, trying to, find their way through prison and all that. I remember, just hearing all these different, prison type movies. This reminds me of that. Didn't see many of them, but I'm guessing if I had to watch them, it'd become this. It's like a modern day woman's prison movie. The movie is called Amazon Hotbox, and this is another Kickstarter one. I got pretty much everything, almost all signatures and all this stuff. I cannot show you this picture, even though it's, a very provocative picture, but I can't show it to you because there are some boobies on the back of this. But it's limited to 700 copies, and I have number 110 out of 700. So this is Amazon Hotbox, and it is a fun watch. I just rewatched it again last night. This one again, Ellie Church is in it. She's pretty much about to die. She's got, I forget what exactly, I don't know if it's a disease, I don't remember, it's been a while since I watched it, but pretty much what she takes it, I'm gonna die anyway, let me go and, just get revenge on anybody that's wronged me throughout my life and stuff. She's lived a crazy life, so now she's just out there trying to go and pretty much, almost like a, now I can't even think of the Kill Bill kind of deal. It's in the vein of that, I guess you would want to call it. It's the limited edition of Time to Kill. Like I said, with Ellie Church. This one's limited to 1,000 copies. And I guess I might have to hold that there because there's another boobie on the back. That's pretty much a butt, but it's not too bad. But it's limited to 600 or 1,000. I have 653 out of that. Like I said, that picture has a boobie. So, Time to Kill. And then the last three are actually the same movie, but it's three different limited edition copies. And the main reason I did it is to support Joe Stafford. We had him on. That was one of the first episodes I was ever on the Dorkening. How many? 4 years ago now? 4 or 5? Time flies when you're having fun. But we had him on for the movie called Pieces of Talent. If you haven't seen that one, definitely one of those, indie films that catch you more than others. It's a very, I don't want to call it artsy film, but it's pretty much the character that Christy Vere plays. She runs into this guy, David Long, who's actually, I can't reach too far, but that face behind me, that is David Long. That's from the movie Pieces of Talent. Pretty much let's just say he's making his own type of movies, and let's just say she runs into him in a bad time in her life. She wants to, become an actress, and of course, him making these movies, he said, they become friends, and it's just a fun, overall, really good movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely go ahead, check it out. I do have another, as I roll away from the camera. This is one of the movies, I think in a previous video, I said I had 6 copies of it. I had a DVD copy that I bought. I got a signed DVD copy, which I won from the first time they had Christy Ray on the Dorkening. I have the regular standard Pieces of Talent Blu-ray, which I kept, just not opened. But that's pretty much what, the normal disc looks like. If you've seen the DVD, it's very graphic. I remember getting a poster and everything from it. Very graphic, very gory and all that stuff. But that, the art, I forget exactly what the tagline is. Is there, it says I have something beautiful I want you to see, but I forget exactly. It's something like the art shines through or something like that, but very intense movie. So anyway, as I'm rolling and just spewing words out, at one point in time, to kind of hype up the movie as well, Joe put out a few separate limited edition copies of the movie. There were 3 of them, and to not only, because I'm a completist and I like, collecting different editions, not only did I do that, but also to support the movie, I ended up buying all 3. Each one is limited to 150 copies. So the first one is this puzzle. If you've seen it, there's a significance with like puzzle pieces and stuff. But this is a cool looking one. This is number 101 out of 150. So this is a separate style cover. The next one is a videotape. Like I said, David Long's character, makes these videos, like I said, his style videos, almost like if you've seen my review for Real kind of deal, where, his art and other people's art are completely different. So this is the VHS style bloody tape and all that stuff. This is number 37 out of 150. So this is like my lowest number. You're always looking for number, the lowest numbers. I don't know why, but I'm always looking for it. And the last one is, this missing puzzle piece and stuff. There was supposed to be a sequel to this movie. Things happen, and it's not quite, hope at one point in time the sequel does come out. But for this, you have Pieces of Talent. Like I said, this is the other cover art. Those are 3. On this is number 63 out of 150. So I did get all 3 of the limited editions. I'm like, not only to, bolster my Pieces of Talent collection, where I have now 6 copies of the same movie, but, it's always cool to have some limited editions. And when you could help out, like I said, indie film and such by supporting and showing off and buying and stuff like that, you should definitely do it. Especially in these times, if you're looking, to buy movies or watch movies, do what you can to help the indie films out there, because You know, it's hard enough for these billion-dollar companies or million-dollar companies to make movies in these times. Just think of the people who are, you know, doing it by, you know, their own money out of their own pocket or crowdfunding and stuff like that. So definitely go ahead and, you know, do what you can. But those are my numbered editions. I do have a whole bunch of like limited edition steel books. If you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments. You know, if I get enough fan interaction and stuff, let me know that you want to see some limited edition steel books. Don't have, you know, too many limited edition regular DVDs or Blu-rays. I don't know why you said DVDs, but anyway, like Blu-rays. But I do have a bunch of, you know, limited edition steel books. So if you're interested in that, besides the Scream Factory ones, I got a bunch of other ones. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're as crazy as I am that you liked, you know, limited editions or numbered editions or anything like that in your collection. If you saw it, you know, after those, if it's just, if they come, they come kind of deal, let me know in the comments. I like to know what everybody else does with their collections and stuff like that. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it, you know, was as entertaining as I thought it would be. I don't know. I just like seeing other people's, you know, special editions and stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And like I said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you did enjoy this video, hit that bell button so you know when I do upload more, you know, videos like this or reviews or anything along those lines. And yeah, I guess that's really about it. I'll leave all my other social media links in the description. I got a Facebook fan page. I got a Twitter, which I hardly use. I got an Instagram where I show off the movies behind me. I am part of the Dorkening, like I said. We do a live show every Tuesday night called the Wicked Horror Show, where we have a pretty much from you know, low budget to, you know, the next step down, you know, or next step up kind of deal with indie filmmakers. We'll have them on, talk about their film or talk about, you know, their life or anything like that for about an hour. So if you're into podcasts, we do it live Tuesday nights, and then we take the audio and we put it on the Dorkening Podcast Network, where we have all these different shows. So check us out there. And yeah, I guess that's about it. And I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.